be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. Graduates, hello, welcome again. Families, significant others, distinguished guests, both here in person and those online, faculty and staff, good afternoon, and welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Emory Physician Assistant Class of 2024. My name is Alex Kendall, and I am the Program Director for the Emory PA program. This has been a long-awaited day, and I'm grateful we are all here together. To get started, I would like to introduce our first guest, Dr. Theodore Johnson II. He is a professor and chair of the Family and Preventive Medicine Department, the department where the Physician Assistant Program and Division resides. Dr. Johnson.
Welcome.
I don't know if I can best that resounding speech. What do you think? Anybody else want to give it a shot? No? Okay. Wow. That was moving. Thank you so much, Dr. Johnson. What else do we have in store for the day? I now have the honor for our second guest to introduce Reverend Priya Rakitsraman, a chaplain with the Office of Spiritual and Religious Life. Please stand, everyone, as the Reverend delivers this invocation.
Good afternoon and congratulations to all the graduates. Let us breathe and pay attention and be as spiritually present as we are physically present for this sacred and joyful occasion. Let us prayerfully honor the effort, time, and thought that it has taken for these graduates to make it to this moment. Let us celebrate that these students survived so many sleepless nights and long clinical hours. Let us invoke divine gratitude for the web of relationships that engaged and sustained our graduates, family, friends, staff, faculty, patients, fellow students, and colleagues. Let us invoke a spirit of holy wonder as this ceremony begins. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. Next up, I'd like to call to the stage Quentin Brady. He is the president of the Emory PA class of 2024. He will now deliver a brief reflection and introduce our graduation speaker. Quentin.
Friends and family, on behalf of our class, I want to thank you for your support of us. Many of you have also suffered alongside us, and today, in a sense, you graduate too. Class, it goes faster than you think. That's what an old man told me during clinicals this year. He was the husband of a patient with pneumonia who is sedated on a ventilator. They had been married for 60 years, he told me, and there was a palpable weight to his words given the circumstances. I politely expressed my awe and congratulations at the milestone. I told him I've also been married for 8 years now too. He smiled and replied, "It goes faster than you think." My prayer for you during your careers is that you fight to keep a soft heart and don't miss out on the good stuff. To be vulnerable puts you at risk of feeling pain, but it increases your power to impact and also allows you to be impacted. Be courageously optimistic. Don't give up on people. Don't lose faith in humanity. These things will add life to your years. I've never been more proud or humbled than to have been your president. Thank you for trusting me with a bigger picture and giving me this honor. And now I have one more great honor. It is my privilege to introduce someone who exemplifies the highest ideals of our profession. Dr. Sandra Wong is an internationally recognized leader in surgical oncology and health services research. Since March 2024, Dr. Wong has served as Dean of Emory University School of Medicine and Chief Academic Officer for Emory Healthcare. Previously, she was the Chair of Surgery at Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center and Professor at the Geisel School of Medicine at Dartmouth, where she advanced mentorship programs and rural health equity initiatives. A distinguished oncology surgeon with over 250 peer-reviewed studies to her credit, Dr. Wong has held leadership roles in major organizations and champions diversity, equity, and inclusion. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Sandra Wong.
Good afternoon and welcome. I have to confess, I really love graduation. So I'm so honored to be asked to be here with you today, and thank you for allowing me to celebrate with you today. I'm sure that many of you are familiar with the old adage, "It's not the destination, it's the journey," a quote that's attributable to Ralph Waldo Emerson. And I will note that for our graduates, it's been quite the journey, a journey of 29 months, a journey that truly reflects resilience and perseverance. And that saying, "It's not the destination, it's the journey," emphasizes fulfillment and success in daily joys, meaningful relationships, and living authentically. In many ways, it's about the small things when you think about what makes up the journey. And those supposed little things do add up to really big things. Just look at where you are today. And I can really see why Ralph Waldo Emerson espoused the importance of enjoying the journey. And yet here we are today at a destination, graduation. And so maybe the trick here is to enjoy the destination. Let's think about destinations and accomplishments. Do you remember, and I'm looking at the graduates here, when you decided on a career as a physician assistant? Do you remember when you decided to become a member of the Emory community? To become a part of the Emory family? And hopefully you enjoyed that destination at that moment. It was really the first start or the first stop on your journey to becoming a PA. And if you think back, I'm sure you felt a sense of really well-deserved accomplishment and a sense of excitement. And I can speak for myself, but I think maybe this might resonate with many of our graduates, that given our type A personalities, that sense of accomplishment was somewhat fleeting because we were in a hurry to move on to the next thing, and the next thing, and so on. And I suspect that that sense of accomplishment, many years ago now, may have vanished too quickly. And what I kind of perceive that as is making a myth of our achievements. And I would say right now is an opportunity to kind of pause and stop and really not make a myth of the achievement that we're celebrating today, which is your graduation. And today is a huge day. It's a major accomplishment in your life, so don't make a myth of that achievement. You've worked hard, you've earned this. And so I would say the journey was one thing, but today, enjoy the destination. Celebrate your success, don't take it for granted, savor this moment. And I will say, maybe I'm making this analogy work too hard, and I'm not an expert in grammar by any stretch, but there's something called a negative correlative conjunction that would suggest that maybe it's neither necessarily the journey nor the destination, but maybe it's the company. So graduates, look around you. Look at the people you spent the last 29 months with, and remember, you keep good company. So I'll summarize with kind of 3 main points here. 1, take time for the little things which add up to the big things. This is enjoying the journey. This is the journey that you're embarking on today for a wonderfully fulfilling career. Secondly, remember to celebrate your successes. Today we're enjoying the destination, and today we celebrate you, our graduates, and we thank everybody who helped get you here today. Faculty, staff, family, friends. And know that you are in good company. As you begin your remarkable careers, remember that the health system and taking care of patients is a team sport. Together, and I mean the collective together, all of us, we need you. And we should together embrace continuous learning. We should embrace staying up to date and advancing medical care for all of our patients and making things better. I look forward to seeing all of your impact that you have on the lives of countless individuals. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Quentin, and thank you so much, Dr. Wong. Class, it's now time for your destination. We will now proceed with the hooding of the class of 2024. Alan Platt, Assistant Professor and Director of Admissions, and Shawan Watts, Assistant Professor and Didactic Faculty of the Year, will have the honor of hooding our graduates. The names of the graduates will be read by Dr. Jody Guest. Dr. Guest is the Associate Program Director for the Emory PA Program and Director of the Emory Farm Worker Project. As the students come forward to receive their diplomas, you will notice that they are wearing different color cords. The green cords represent graduation with honors. Gold cords indicate graduation with highest honors.
Kimberly Nicole Blackwell. Michaela Lund Bloomhart. Sophia Agnes Bobrek. Quentin Candler Brady. Lauren Pauline Carson. Eliza Ray Clark. Marissa Ann Coleman. Emily Beeler Collins. Alana Simone Davidson. Alexander William Deeger. Julia Nicole Dahlpelt. Carson McCants Evans. Kendra Grace Farrand. Megan Caroline Foltz. Chandler Saxon Freeman. Francesca Zaneta Galucci. Kira Adelina Gray. Rachel Christine Green. Seth Monet Gregory. Bailey Lynn Hooper. Jenna Marie Francis Jones. Sadia Kadira Jones. Claire Jung. Dulani Chamatka Kankanamge. Ryan Kenneth Keene. Elizabeth Eleanor Kelsey. Michaela Nicole Kleik. Kathleen Marie Knight. Luke Richard Leipzig. Sarah Elizabeth Leach. Caitlin Ann Leverens. Nikki Ray Massey. Carrie Jennifer McGowan. Maggie Jane McKay. Keisha Luja Michelle. Ajitha Nedana Sabason. Casey Christine O'Shields. Pamela Nkiruka Okolie. Justo Emmanuel Ortiz Matos. Melissa Rubio. Emily Rose Sanford. Jonah Aaron Singer. Elizabeth Louise Lynn Smith. Megan Catherine Smith. Isabella Grace Snyder. Ada Spahia. Jessica Royals Simzak. Amari Elisa Thomas. Amy Blythe Toner. Tamira Lene Turner. Sarah Wilcox. Brianna Ashley Williams. All right, this next thing that we are doing is the first time we've ever done this at graduation. And so it's my honor as the co-director of the Woodruff Health Sciences Office of Interprofessional Education and Collaborative Practice to bestow upon 40 of our graduates, 40 of them, the honor of a Certificate of Distinction of Interprofessional Education. And what this means, this is a 2-year-old program. This is the only certificate of distinction in the entire Emory University across our health professional schools. And this means these students outside of class, for not class credit, they have served the community with over 160 hours of volunteer work. They have done this by working 3 different times at the Emory Farm Worker Project in South Georgia, Portal de Salud, and Good Sam, all healthcare clinics where they have provided care for those in need. At this point, Alex Kendall, our program director, is going to read all 40 of the names. They're going to stand in place, and then once they've all been read, they'll come forward to receive their stoles for their Certificate of Distinction.
Kimberly Blackwell. Michaela Blumhart. Sophia Bobrek. Quentin Brady. Lauren Carson. Eliza Clark. Alana Davidson. Alex Deeger. Julia Dumpelt. Carson Evans. Kendra Ferrand. Megan Foltz. Francesca Galucci. Kira Gray. I like that, that's good. Bailey Hooper. Sadia Jones. Dulani Kankanamge. Ryan Keene. Michaela Kleik. Kathleen Knight. Caitlin Leverens. Nikki Massey. Justo Ortiz Matos. Carrie McGowan. Maggie McKay. Keisha Michelle. Ajitha Naranasa Besan. Pamela Okole. Casey O'Shields. Melissa Rubio. Emily Sanford. Megan Smith. Ellie Smith. Isabella Snyder. Ada Spahia. Jessica Simzek. Amari Thomas. Amy Toner. And Tamira Turner, and Brianna Williams. Come on over. Good. Yes, don't stand over. Congratulations again. As our graduates finalize finding their seats, I'd like to say that we are proud to honor our dual degree candidates. Who have, in addition to the Master of Medical Science degree, also completed a requisite academic and fieldwork to receive a Master of Public Health. Dr. Jody Guest, who holds a dual appointment at the Rollins School of Public Health and the Physician Assistant Program, will hood these candidates. And our medical director, Dr. Susie Alfonso, will read the names of each recipient.
Kira Adelina Gray. Keisha Luja Michelle. Justo Emanuel Ortiz Matos.
Pamela Okollie, the class vice president, was selected by her peers to present this year's retrospective. In total transparency, I wanted to find out why, so I took the liberty of asking some of Pamela's peers for some suggestions to help me introduce her to you. And here's what I found out from Alex, Brianna, Casey, Sadia, and Ajitha. Alex and Casey wrote, "I would describe Pamela as the personification of sunshine. She is warm, inviting, dazzling, with lots of fire. She has a true passion for taking care of others. I deeply appreciate her commitment to making others feel seen and heard, and I truly am a better person for having known her. Pamela's compassion for others will no doubt make her a great provider, and I'm so honored to have learned from her over the past 2.5 years." Others wrote, "She is kind and easy to love, has unique leadership skills that makes everyone feel seen and included. She always takes the time to check in with those around her, to offer words of encouragement, and share a moment of comfort during even the most stressful of times. And lastly, to know her is to love her. She is one of the softest, caring, genuine spirits. She brightens up any room with her aura. She's full of dance moves, ready to break out and dance at any moment. Pamela embodies eloquence, elegance, and excellence. Sounds about right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our very own ray of sunshine with great dance moves, Pamela Okollie.
Oh, that was quite the introduction. Thank you guys all so much. Sorry, I didn't think I would start getting emotional already before I started. Hello everyone. Thank you all for taking the time to be here today, to our friends and our families who flew in and drove from so far away. To be very transparent, it was very hard for me to find the right words for this speech today. How do you capture the last 2.5 years in such a few short words? How do you choose just a couple of memories to share with our friends and families of what we've been through? How do you find a way to say goodbye to the people who got you here for the last 29 months? And even with literally not one of the past 126 weeks has been, even though not one of the last few days has been easy, is it weird that a part of me doesn't want it to end? And by that I mean the knowing looks that we'd give each other from across the room in 1462 when we were on the 100,000th slide of that liver lecture. The longing hugs we give each other, thinking maybe if we hold on to each other long enough, it'll keep us from falling apart. Our hot girl walks we take around campus to remind ourselves that we deserve rest. We deserve to release every sabotaging thought. The reality is that regardless of our backgrounds and our experiences, practicing medicine for the first time as a PA is scary. But knowing that I had 53 of you out there also going through the same process gave me some peace. Because you knew how overwhelming what we were doing is. You knew how humbled we would feel every time we got reminded of how much there is to know about the human anatomy. You also knew how lonely it feels. The long rides to and from rotations, reminiscing about that one word you had never heard of in a day in your life until today, those long rides for me were when the imposter syndrome would set in the most. And it would sit down, make itself a cup of Earl Grey tea, and tell me all the ways that I wasn't good enough or smart enough or experienced enough to actually get through this. And then I would think of all of you. And as we sit in this church today, surrounded by our friends and families, it's proof that the imposter syndrome did not win. The anxiety didn't win. The depression didn't win. The grief didn't win. After 882 days of fighting to keep going, when life gave us so many reasons to quit, of showing up when we felt we had no more left to give to our patients, the dust is kind of starting to settle, just a little bit. We still have one more little thing we gotta do first. What we've done for the past 21,170 hours of learning medicine, seeing patients, dealing with all of life's circumstances. Literally, one of us got hit by a car only to show up to his IPA exam. If that's not dedication, I don't know what is. I'm glad you're okay, Luke. Sometimes also being the patient yourself, because white coat or not, you're still human. And the hardest part, watching the people we love suffer when there's nothing we can do about it because we've been training so hard to become a physician assistant. And having your hometown flood, lose power for days, knowing that your family lacks access to clean water and you have an EOR to take. Getting that phone call that the person you love the most is no longer here. Without getting a chance to say goodbye. I love you too. You did all of that and more. And you still stayed kind. You still showed up, and you still served your patients, your community, me. You, my friends, are a miracle in motion. As a lot of you all saw yesterday, my cohort is full of exceptionally intelligent human beings who, for the past 1.27 times 10 to the 6 seconds, have shown me the type of provider that they will be. To my cohort, you have this genuine way of making me feel seen. You've inspired me to be an agent of change. You've kept me spiritually grounded. You always took the time to lift my chin up when I didn't feel capable enough. You've taught me that there's strength in surrender and power in character. And you've shown me what true self-compassion looks like. You've shown me that I am deserving of help and love and kindness. You are proof that God didn't forget about me when I asked to be surrounded by kind, genuine, and strong people as I started my PA school journey 29 months ago. And this is only as my classmates. I can only imagine how you make your patients feel. I will forever be changed for knowing each and every one of you. And before I close this message, it would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge all those in the audience and online who truly kept us together. Every phone call, every thinking of you text, every prayer, speaking life back into us when we got knocked down. You, to our family and friends, are very much appreciated. I also wanted to take a few seconds of silence to honor our loved ones who have passed away and couldn't be here today. And I know that if they could be here, they tell you just how proud and impeccable you are. So for the last time, hey there, PAS. In case you didn't know by now, you are God's miracle in motion. The gallons of tears you shed over the past few months have been watering the seed of purpose inside of you all along. That pressure cooker that they tell us has been reminding you all along of who you really are. It's squeezed the grit, the passion, creativity, and the innovation that medicine so desperately needs today. You're the one we've been waiting for. As one of my favorite songs so eloquently says, they say that people will find you, but they don't define you. You will find people who help redesign you. You are a work of art, and I bet you didn't think you'd get this far. So behind you are all the memories we've made together. Before you is all your dreams within reach. Around you are all of those who love you so very much, and within you is all you need. It's been my honor to be your vice president. It's been my privilege to be your friend. And I thank you for sharing your being with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Pamela. That was beautiful. I'd actually like to follow up with that. Graduates, I'd like all of you to please rise and face the audience and applaud all of those that have gotten you here today. Folks, it takes a lot of people to pull off this event and everyone that has been a part of today. This team, many of whom are behind the scenes, have spent countless hours this year arranging every detail for today, this moment, and also the events of yesterday, for those of you that joined us. This same group of extraordinary staff makes our program run smoothly day in and day out, and I would like to recognize each and every one of them. Kalila Ward and Mona Ingram. They have been our coordinators and true North Star of today's events. I'd also like to recognize Kay Johnson-Bull, Javar White, Tabitha Curtis, Jalicia Hudson, Komal Patel, Amos Nivens, and Emmy Grill. Lastly, yeah. Lastly, I'd like to recognize and give gratitude to our incredible team of photographers here today as well. Thank you. Graduates, a few final thoughts before we wrap up. After listening to Pamela's truly heartfelt testimony, I see now that your individual lives, once separate, are now completely intertwined and inseparable. After years of laughing together, leaning on one another in tough times, volleyball tournaments, anatomy dissection, and touching patients' lives in the field. If you look hard enough, you can actually see yourselves reflected in the person next to you. And I'd actually like to do that. I invite all of you, everyone in this audience here, faculty, staff, family members, graduates, to turn to the person to your right or to your left and say hello. Thank you. The energy just picked up in here. I love it. Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Buddhist monk who walked with Martin Luther King Jr. during the Civil Rights era, spoke passionately about this very phenomenon of seeing yourself in others, a shared humanity. He called this phenomena interbeing. He wrote the following: interbeing is the understanding that nothing exists separately from anything else. By taking care of another person, you actually take care of yourself. And by taking care of yourself, you take care of the other person. Happiness and safety are not individual matters. If you suffer, I suffer. If you are not safe, I am not safe. And there is no way for me to be truly happy if you are suffering. If you can smile, I can smile too. At the heart of this idea of interbeing is the essence of human caring and connection and compassion. And this is how you've lived together for the last 29 months. Your journey has been shaped by shared laughter, by shared hardship. If one of you was suffering, many of you were impacted, and all of you stepped up to help. And when one of you was smiling, everyone else started laughing, and sometimes we would have to stop class. With these natural peaks and valleys, with kindness and compassion, you all carried one another through to arrive here today at this very moment together. At Grady, at Emory, at the VA, in Bainbridge, in Valdosta, you have all seen the downstream effects on regular people when our society does not act from a place of kindness, compassion, and shared humanity. War, poverty, climate change, maternal mortality, food insecurity, disinformation, and other struggles for basic human rights are a cruel, grinding reality in this country for most of its residents, for those that have been historically marginalized. And these are policy decisions made from a place of advantage, made to divide. They're not made from a place of kindness or compassion or interbeing. But my fellow colleagues, and I can call you that now, these are invitations to you, my friends. They're invitations to turn towards one another, to turn towards collaboration, towards interprofessionalism, towards equity, for innovation, towards health and happiness. These are all opportunities to walk with one another, to walk with your patients, to walk with your communities, with those that do not have a voice, and to lead from a place of kindness, from a place of compassion, from a place of interbeing. My fellow PAs, you all have chosen a very special profession that privileges us to carry this torch of interconnection to the bedside, to education, to leadership, and if you're interested, to the nation. You've been practicing this already for 29 months, and with your peers and your patients, and my guess is that your patients, your peers, your families, children, significant others, even your pets have been practicing this with you. Right? This next chapter, this is your opportunity to change the very fabric of society and to remind all of us that if you can smile, I can smile too. May you have a remarkable journey. Congratulations. Graduates, please rise and face the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the conclusion of our ceremony. Following the benediction by Reverend Priya Rakits Raman, the faculty, followed by the graduates, will recess. We would like to ask the audience to stay in their seats during this recession. We will be taking several class photos outside before we can all mingle. Please have patience, and we look forward to seeing you outside. Please rise.
Let us savor a silent moment together as this ceremony ends. We give thanks for the smart, strong-willed, and passionate graduates we celebrate today. They are change makers who remind us that our work is not just about medicine, but about creating a better world. Let us prayerfully and thankfully direct our souls toward these graduates, feeling the satisfaction and fulfillment of their achievement with them. O source and center of life, may all our graduates resolve now to hold their degrees as a sacred trust employed to fight on for the greater health and well-being of each human life they touch. And may all of our hearts overflow with the spirit of hope and joy. Amen.